Okay, so hi girls and guys. I decided to do this video today. As you can see, this is my current background because my laptop has decided to crash and burn, so I am being resorted to doing and improvising with other things. Okay, so welcome to the new background, guys. I hope you love it. Anyway, I have a subject today, which I will probably end up putting on my page for my girls as well. As you can see in front of you, this says G4G. That may you bloom within. That's the name of my Instagram group, G4G _workshops, and I've basically made that so that I could speak to girls and teenagers, women, even boys if they feel like it, about certain things that are happening. We'll get into that a little bit later. I just wanted to address like why I've decided to come back here on to my YouTube channel. Pardon me, sorry. And basically I want to get a little background on where I have been on this YouTube channel and where hopefully it shall go within the future. Okay, so I'll get started because I've written a few notes down, because if I don't, I will forget a lot of things that I'm trying to say. Okay, so the topic that I have today is changing your mind and doing things differently or doing different things. So with this channel, you will notice that I created this channel without actually knowing what I wanted to do. I just knew that I loved singing and I was going to post a couple of videos, which has recently brought up some controversial views and issues, which is probably where some of my followers have come from. Thank you very much for following me, by the way, regardless of whether that's something that is through mocking or general liking me or my music or my videos, etc. Thank you for following either way. It's all a blessing to me as far as I'm concerned. So I have to thank you for actually being here. I find it kind of amusing, to be honest with you, about everything that happens, but I'm not going to get into the politics about that just yet. I'll leave that until later. So also on here, when you look down, you will see videos that my daughter has posted, dancing videos. You'll see some videos that my nephew has posted, Fortnite videos. So it's kind of like a mixed bag, right? So that was basically the beginning of the YouTube channel, and not really knowing where I was going with it. All I knew was that I loved to sing and I really wanted to put something out there, even if it wasn't my songs I was singing, just to say, right, I've got a place where I can kind of vent and sing, etc. But that has currently moved out into my Instagram account, so I found myself doing more singing on my Instagram account than actually on YouTube. So that's where I kind of veered away from doing the singing videos on here, you know, and taking it somewhere else. And to be honest with you, on my Instagram page, I feel more comfortable and more at home with that. Even though the videos aren't as long, it still feels way better to me doing it there. So I'll probably stop doing them on my YouTube channel anyway. And if you really wish to, you could follow me on my Instagram account. Just ask me for it, message me, or put a comment in the section of the video, and I will message you back and give you the name of my Instagram account. But anyway, going back to what I was talking about. Right. Shortly after, right, so on this channel, shortly afterwards, I was introduced to tarot readings, which I deeply regret getting into and partaking in doing readings. I will touch upon that later on down in the line when explaining things that happen in life sometimes. Okay, I warn everyone now to leave those things alone. I wish I'd never been introduced to that world at all. It was basically someone who, you know, who claimed to be a friend of mine who had introduced me to a group that had loads of people who did those things on there, and I found one person in particular, and it went from there. But I'd be lying if I did say to you that I didn't enjoy it. Okay, it was really like something that felt fun to me, and really and truthfully, anything that is just too good to be true, too much fun isn't always good. So too much of one thing that's always good isn't good. Okay, and I don't want to be a hypocrite about it. So I just want to make sure that everybody's clear on that fact that yes, I did enjoy it, and I felt like I was helping other people with it, but it's not something that I would ever tell anybody to get into and partake in or get them done by anyone. But it's like when you get into deep into these things, it's like a whole new world, filled with some really, really evil people, okay, who wish to harm you without you fully being aware of it. There was stages where like there would be people who would talk on certain things on their channel and like kind of address me without addressing me, sort of thing. And you know, I never really took it on board, because like, to be honest with you, I've went through life having people talk about me a lot, and it doesn't bother me anymore. Like when I was younger, I probably would have been like, why don't people like me, or like felt some kind of way about things and how people viewed me, how they looked at me, what they said about me, etc. Now I'm older, I'm just like, well, don't really care what anyone thinks, to be honest with you. And that's the way that I feel like everybody should be, because when you start caring about what people think about you, you tend to change things about yourself and in your life, which you shouldn't change. You should always genuinely be yourself, okay? Those are the kind of subjects that I'll touch upon in my workshops as well, for like girls who like have to deal with those kinds of things with people, or feel like people are that way toward them. And I do feel like these things, they'll always probably be around. That's the tricky thing about it, because truthfully I do believe that our ancestors have fallen for the same kind of tricks and malicious doings of these evilest beings, you know, and they fell into these traps, and they didn't even realize what was happening until like possibly when it was too late, okay? Like you can possibly go way too far and then have certain things happen to you that you can't even explain. And you know, it gets to a stage where it feels like, I'll tell you how I felt like I was Joseph and they had pushed me into the pit, and they had just hoped for like my demise, for my death, you know. And from there, it's like something awakened in me that there's so many people who are out there who wish you harm and you're not even aware of it. And it's best for you to try and guard yourself as much as you possibly can, spiritually as well as your body as well. That's why I don't put my face on here anymore. Like the old me, when I used to sing in those videos, yeah, that's, you know, basically my face. But I don't need to be on here and show anybody who I am like that in order for me to feel validated. Like I can talk, and whoever will listen to me will listen to me, even if I only speak to one person and this message gets through to them and they feel good about it. That's fine by me, you know. I'm not here to be someone's god. I'm no one's god. Like it's better you put your hands and your head up to the air and say, please Lord God, help and protect me and guide me, you know, because that is the only way that I see forward, to be honest with you, instead of listening to these false prophets and people who are going to turn around and tell you these things that are going to happen in your life. And you know, anything can change at the end of the day. Like it's good to want to know if you're going to be all right in the future, but when it jeopardizes your health and, you know, whether you live or die, then that's when you have to seriously sit down and think about, why are you paying attention to other people and not putting your faith in the higher power that is the Almighty. Okay, and yeah, that, going back to like speaking about the Almighty, before all of the tarot card stuff, I genuinely was more into God, and had my chain, my cross and chain. I would pray, which I still do every single day. I pray, and when I wake up, say thank you for, you know, waking me up this morning. I pray before I go to bed. I pray for my family. I pray for my daughter. You know, I pray that he shows me the way and what I'm supposed to do. I pray that, you know, I can actually like get up out of my bed and walk and stuff like that. And, you know, that's just normal to me, and that's what I was doing before the tarot card stuff. What actually genuinely happened, I'm not sure if it was all linked, but my chain got put down, and then all of a sudden it got stolen. It vanished, like literally nowhere in my home. I've moved house and everything, and nowhere in my home was my cross or my chain. So someone came and stole that. I still to this day have no idea who did it, but I just said, all right then, well, that's gone. and planned on getting another one. I never got around to doing that, and then obviously, as I said, I got introduced to that world and crystals and all kinds of things. And to be honest with you, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't like the crystals, because I still love my crystals. Because as I said to you, there has always been like a lot of people who have treated me badly, spoke about me and stuff like that, and gave off lots of negative energy towards me and stuff. And I just wanted a way to kind of block it and stuff. So learning about those things really did help me and helped with my confidence towards not paying attention to what other people had to say about me or how they treated me. And that's just my story on it. I don't know if that would ever help anybody else, and I don't know if it's something that you should consider. I still haven't gone into the depths of whether crystals and things are as bad as I see tarot cards, to be honest. But I believe that, in my opinion, crystals are from natural resources on earth, and God says it's not good to be of the world, but he did create everything. So I kind of like hold on to my crystals regardless. I love my crystals. I love different colors of them and stuff, even if I don't put so much faith in them, and I still have the faith in God. At least I know that I am, holding on to something precious that was made by him. So I still hold on to those. Anyway, away from that for a moment, it's just one of those things where now, because I've gone back to, being with God and loving God, and, trying to love myself as much as I can and being the best version of myself that I can, I've gone away from the tarot cards and decided that this right here, the G4G workshops, was something that I felt like I wanted to do. Because for a very long time, I felt like there's a lot of girls and even boys out there who suffer a lot with their self-esteem, their confidence, with bullying, with things of a sexual nature as they get older, and the feelings that they have, etc., and feel like I've been there in the past. So why wouldn't it be something that's good and relevant to speak about for these kids? Because kids look at us adults and think to themselves, well, they're not going to understand anything that we're going through because they're adults. But they need to realize that there has been stages in our lives that we were actually as young as them. Like, I still remember being 16 years old. I still remember being younger than that, and the emotions that I felt and the way that I felt like people had treated me and stuff like that throughout my life, and how it still continued sometimes throughout my adulthood as well, and how I felt and how I dealt with those things. And sometimes I dealt with those things in the wrong way. So if I had somebody who could have spoken to me about the things that I was going through and helped me through that, maybe I would have been able to have coped with a lot of things differently, done things differently than what I actually did, and then my life probably would have been a lot easier because I had that guidance, whereas I didn't have that guidance. But now today, with the girls and the boys and the women out there that need the help, there are more resources, and why can't I be one of those resources where they feel like they can come and either listen or speak to me about the certain situations, and we can debate about it and put our thoughts across, etc., and have a little bit of fun as well. Because to be honest with you, the G4G workshops is more like a charity based thing. It's like whatever I put in is my own. If I do any competitions and stuff like that, anything that you pay into it will naturally go back out to you again, like for your prizes or for any trips or anything like that. As soon as that money comes in, it's basically back out again to any of the girls that partake in any of the challenges, etc., etc. So to me, I'm not gaining any profit from this. It's just basically something that I wish to do in order to give back and help young people, young girls, to feel like they have somewhere where they can either have a voice or somewhere where they can listen to somebody speak about things that they are currently going through. And oftentimes, even as an adult, sometimes you don't want to speak to people about some of the things that you're going through. So we kind of look for self-help in other places like YouTube. We'll probably come on here and look up things that we need help with. We look on things that we want to make sometimes as well, because I know I do. Like, I'll come on and be like, I wonder how you make this to eat, or something along those lines, you know. So it's like kind of a self-help kind of place as well at the same time, using YouTube, whereas this one would be on Instagram. And obviously I'd post the videos here as well, but the video on Instagram will probably be a live video compared to what this video is, just simply because I'm not putting my face on here. You can have my hands if you like, that is totally fine. I don't mind that at all. Pretty fingers, pretty slim fingers. And yeah, basically, so that's where I've actually headed. And I'm a type of person who kind of has like a lot of things that I like to do, and I know there's a lot of people who are out there who have a whole bunch of talents as well. So this is where I need to come in and kind of gather the whole video together, is by saying you can do things differently. Like, you can start off doing one thing and then go into another thing and then change your mind. It's okay to change your mind, but still love the things that you did, you know, and still have them as hobbies and stuff like that. But you know, trying to fit everything all in at once won't help. It's better for you to kind of like focus on that one thing that you wish to do. So my focus right now is G4G, and what I can help with my experience and what I've been through, and any topics that I feel need to be addressed, I can get that through to the public in my way, the way that I feel it needs to be done. So whenever you feel like you wish to do anything different, I'm gonna say to you, give it a try. If it doesn't work out, then that's just not what it's supposed to be. Just keep on going, and you know, eventually you will find exactly what it is that you are supposed to be doing. For me, this could just be like the one thing that's going to be the second thing to my main thing that I'm going to do. Who knows, you know, but I'm still venturing into other avenues, and that's what in turn I feel like everybody needs to do. Don't feel stuck, like wherever you are. If you're doing something right now and it feels like it's not working out, keep on trying at it. But if you have in the back of your mind something else that you feel like you love, like completely adore, and you know, you feel like, yeah, you probably do really well in that, then why are you going to sleep on yourself and that thing that you love and do something that's not that interesting to you? Like, it's just that back thing that you do as a hobby. Oh, you know, I'll probably do that every now and again, but you, in the back of your mind, you just have this thing, like this sensation to do this one thing that you truly love. Like, you've got to give yourself a chance, and regardless of what anybody has to say, like, people will probably trying to tear you away from what it is that you're supposed to do and say, you know, no, don't do that, etc, etc. But I'm here to say, as long as it's not hurting anyone and you're not doing anything wrong, I don't see what the problem is with actually giving it a try and seeing where you go with it. There's lots of people who are probably doing the same thing, and sometimes that can be off-putting as well, but maybe you've got a different way of doing that thing that they're doing as well. You know, there's all kinds of different ways that we can put our own spin on things, our personality into things. And you know, no one's to say that you're copying anyone or anything like that. You're just being yourself and trying to do the best thing that you feel is good for you and anyone who's around you, or anybody who you may connect with. Because if you have a big following and you know, there's something that you truly love, that following is going to enable you to go further, because they're going to be like, oh my gosh, like, you're so awesome, and you know, you're great in this, and then it makes your whole energy just higher. You know, you feel more vibrant and say, you know what, yes I can, and I'm so glad that I have this following, these people who are there to be with me and, you know, root for me and just make me feel like it's all worth it in the end. So just try your differences, do what it is that you feel is more comfortable to you, whatever it is that feels good to you, something that you love, you know, and give it just give it about a week. Try it for a week, and then if you feel like it's something that you can continue, then just try for a next couple of weeks, and then I guarantee you from there, like when you take those small steps and things, you'll start to notice that there is like some good changes happening and things that you never realized that you could probably do. Like, you know, all kinds of things will start happening for you, and you know, you just get better and better at that field and what you're doing. And then you can just say to yourself, right, I know where I am, I know what I need to do, and then you can start planning and then going from there. I hope that this video has helped you guys out there. Just keep continuing to bloom, you know, and get better and flourish as much as you possibly can. I hope to see you guys again in the next video. As I said, if you want the link to my Instagram, let me know. I will give you that. And yeah, we'll go from there, guys. All right, so G4G Workshops, guys, go and look it up and send a friend request, and then we can get this party started. Okay, I'm going now. Ciao, bye.